My boyfriend made me homeless. I never thought that would happen. This is my story. It all started when I was just 19 years old. I met this amazing guy named Michael. He was so nice, caring, attentive. Everything in our relationship seemed perfect. And after dating for 6 months, he asked me to move in with him. I happily agreed. Little did I know this would be the biggest mistake of my life. Michael lived in this tiny studio apartment. It was so small that the kitchen was basically just a counter with 2 burners. But I didn't care. I was head over heels in love and ready to start my new life with him. Then everything started to unravel. After only 2 weeks, the sweet guy I had fallen in love with completely changed. He became distant, cold, showing no emotions at all. All he did was sit in his chair playing video games. For days, he wouldn't even speak to me. And when I tried talking to him about how his behavior was hurting me, he would just yell at me. "You are so stupid. You don't understand anything. Just shut up and go away." After he yelled at me, I started crying. But he didn't care. He continued playing his video games. I couldn't believe this was the same man I had fallen in love with. What happened to the caring, loving guy, I knew. I really wanted to talk to him and find out what was wrong. But then, he would just scream at me. So I stopped trying. The next few months were awful. Every day was filled with arguments. I hated living in that apartment. The walls were so thin I could hear everything the neighbors were doing. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. I packed one big suitcase and left. I went to stay with my mom. At first, she was angry because I had moved in with Michael without telling her first. But once I explained what had happened, she let me stay. I felt bad for leaving Michael like that, but I had no other choice. I couldn't keep living in that toxic environment. 1 week later, I told my mom I wasn't feeling well, so she took me to the doctor. The doctor ran some tests and told us I had anemia. He prescribed me some medication and told me to get more rest. My mom was worried, but I told her not to be. I just needed to take better care of myself. After that, things got pretty bad between Michael and me. I would call him sometimes, but all he would do was yell at me. He would say terrible things like, "You're worthless. You don't deserve my love." Those words hurt like a knife through my heart. One night I got a call from Michael. He begged me to come back. He said he was sorry for how he had treated me. He promised things would be different this time. I fell for it and moved back in with him. I thought maybe he had changed, but I was wrong. It was the same story. He would ignore me for days, then yell at me for talking to him. He called me names, humiliated me in front of his friends. And if that wasn't enough, he also cheated on me with random girls. When I confronted him about it, he simply laughed and said, "You are so stupid. Why would I love you?" I felt so degraded, so worthless. Every night I cried myself to sleep. I hated my life. All I wanted to do was escape. But where could I go? I didn't have any money, no job. I was trapped with this monster. Then one day I found out I was pregnant. I hoped this would make Michael change. I thought maybe now he would realize he needed to take responsibility for his actions. How wrong I was. When he found out I was pregnant, he freaked out. He told me to get an abortion, saying I wasn't ready to be a mother. I couldn't believe what he was saying. This was our baby. I didn't want to get rid of it. We argued every day about what to do. Finally, I decided to keep the baby. I didn't tell Michael. I was scared of his reaction. When I was 4 months pregnant, I started showing. Michael noticed and confronted me. "Did you get an abortion?" he asked. I shook my head. "No, I didn't." He slapped me across the face. "You stupid bee, how dare you get pregnant? You think you can control me? You're nothing but a little girl." He kicked me in the stomach. "Get out!" He threw me out of the apartment. It was winter and I had no place to go. I wandered the streets in the cold, just walking and walking. Suddenly, I felt a sharp pain in my stomach. I collapsed on the sidewalk. A woman passing by called an ambulance. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. The doctor told me I had miscarried. My baby was gone. I cried and cried. Michael didn't care. He didn't even ask how I was doing. From that moment on, I hated him with all my heart. I realized he had never loved me. He didn't care about me or our baby. He just wanted to control me. The worst part was that after I miscarried, he still didn't let me leave. He kept saying, "Where would you go? You're not capable of taking care of yourself." I was trapped. I felt like a prisoner. One night, I finally had enough. I packed my stuff and left. I walked out into the cold night. I didn't have a jacket or shoes. Suddenly, I felt a hand on my shoulder. I turned around and saw a cop. "Are you okay?" he asked. I started shaking. I need help," I said. "This man is my boyfriend. He won't let me leave him. He beat me." The cop looked at my bruised arms and legs. "Come with me," he said. He took me to a shelter for women. There I got food and a warm blanket. For the first time in a long time, I felt safe. The next morning, the director of the shelter helped me file for a restraining order against Michael. Finally, I could go live with my mom. It's been 3 years since then. I'm doing much better now. I've finished high school and started working at a local bakery. I still have nightmares about Michael. Sometimes I feel like giving up. But then, I remember why I can't. I owe it to myself and my baby to make something of my life. This is my story, the most romantic and the most emotional story ever. I hope you liked it. Please write your stories below, and please subscribe for more videos. See you next time.